Hi guys, maybe I should make a series, the biggest weird nonsense from all over the world. I don't know, because when I heard about the news that I want to report to you today, I don't know if I should laugh or cry about what our world is turning into. And I keep thinking, am I crazy or is the world turning nuts? And I sometimes think there must be something in our food. Are we poisoning ourselves that is shrinking our brains, or what is happening? Because I don't know, sometimes you just want to go and live in a forest far away from everything, without internet, without contact to the outside world, because it is so painful to hear about these news. The stupidity and the insanity of it is just hard to digest, or I cannot digest it. But I want to share it with you guys and let me know what you think. Because what can I say? On the pulse with Silky. So I want to be on the pulse of the BS with you as well. So what is happening, guys? Let me try to be a little bit more serious about this. So Easter is coming, right? And we all love our Easter bunnies and the Easter eggs. And so the White House and their annual Easter egg roll, it's just PETA, PETA. I have a difficult relationship with PETA anyways, because I think they're hypocrites. And their kill stations for dogs where they allegedly, I have to say allegedly, but kill dogs. They kill more dogs in their shelters than in other shelters. And they're always there where there is big publicity to be made and money to be raked in. But I don't see them where they really help the animals. They're always trying to terrorize some people. Yes, sometimes they do have some points, but I don't like that organization. I'm all for animal welfare. I'm a big advocate and I do a lot for that. So don't get me wrong, guys. This is not what this is about. I just don't like organizations that pretend to be so in love with the animals. And then on the other hand, right? So they're basically getting into a clinch with First Lady Jill Biden about the annual Easter egg roll. So they want to take away the eggs from the Easter bunny. And you know what they want to replace it with? Potatoes. So we're getting Easter potatoes if PETA has their will. And so we're wondering why, right? Why? So they're saying a potato roll. I'm having problems to read this, guys, because this is incredible. Let me say incredible. It would be truly inclusive and welcomed by every tot. So replace the eggs with potatoes so that it's more inclusive. So what is this about? PETA, a so-called alleged animal rights organization, they call themselves People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals. They have told the White House that it is time for a fresh start, urging First Lady Jill Biden to swap chicken eggs for potatoes at the annual Easter egg roll. So they wrote a pun-heavy letter to the First Lady, and they said they wanted to respectfully suggest an appealing way to modernize the White House Easter egg roll, which is scheduled to happen on April 1st. So in the letter, the president of PETA, Ingrid Newkirk, argued that a potato roll would be truly inclusive and welcomed by every tot who doesn't eat eggs for religious, cultural, or environmental reasons, or because they object the way animals are raised and killed these days. These are eggs that are probably have been in a cooler, transported it all over the country. So there's no difference if the eggs are transported to the White House or to a supermarket where we all eat them. And I have not heard anybody complain that it is not inclusive to have eggs on Easter. And it's a traditional holiday for many people in the country and around the world. And I don't think it is inclusive if you tell certain groups not to follow their traditions anymore. I'm certainly sure if that was a different group, oh gosh, yeah, they would be in trouble. So instead of promoting the deleterious factory farming and slaughter industries, you will please initiate the annual White House potato roll, ? That's what the letter said. Okay, we could just swap the eggs or make sure that they're free range, organic, from a happy farmer, from a happy chicken, maybe from DC, so that they would not be transported very far. How about that? So we don't have to swap them with potatoes. And honestly, who says that potatoes don't have feelings? And I'm not sure if we should, maybe I should not say it, but we should not name potatoes as eggs. Maybe they are offended. If I was a potato and I'd be used as an egg, I would be slightly offended, because maybe as a potato, you don't want to be an omelet. You want to be French fries or potato chips, right? So I don't know. Was there some person sitting thinking, okay, there's so much BS already. I need to top that. Let me think, right? Let me think about something that no other weirdo that doesn't have a life and just sits there trying, how can I make it heavier for other people? Let's think about something. And then there it goes. Potatoes and eggs. Sorry. And then there it keeps. This Ingrid Newkirk says then that potato roll would not exploit any sentient beings and would encourage empathy and kindness to animals while supporting potato farmers in the US. So we're turning Easter into a potato festival. So the Easter bunny brings potatoes and French fries and whatnot. How can you come up with this? I'm wondering, did they use some AI like ChatGPT? You give it a prompt and you say, come up with the most hilarious idea. And it's April 1st. Maybe this is an April 1st joke. What's the most weird, stupid idea that you can come up with? And maybe it can come up with this. I don't know. And it goes on, right? Quote, potatoes are the most popular vegetable in the country and can be safely dyed, allowing for spectacular, they're saying, activities such as rolling them, seeking for them, and decorating them. Well, yeah, I can also seek my old stinking shoe, my sneakers, and I can also paint them. And yet I still don't want to use them for Easter. And I'm sure maybe Idaho potato farmers are now having a blast, or they're just shaking their heads and they don't want their potatoes abused by these people. And then you have to come up with even saying that without feeling like the dumbest person in the world. I mean, allegedly. So it says, quote, you could even hold potato snack races and games of hot potato. Yeah, great. We can do this at any child birthday if we need. All good, right? But on Easter, we want to have our bunny and we want to search our eggs. Can we please? This is ridiculous, right? So, they argued that in the spirit of the joy-filled season that Easter brings, chickens, eggs should be spared the pain and fear brought about the annual White House egg roll. I think the eggs, I say the eggs, I don't name it what's inside, are already dead because they haven't been warmed, they have been cooled, right? And for all of you in Europe, in North America, eggs are washed and then they are put in the fridge. Not in Germany, for example, eggs are not in the fridge. They're just in a normal shelf because they're not washed. They have their natural protection. So you don't have to put them in the fridge. They last in your kitchen closet, right? But they are washed. Washing these eggs, what do you think happens to the eggs? They're rolling around and they're being pushed around, and then they're coming on like something that moves them around, and then they're packed into packages, then they're in the fridge, then they're cooled down, then they're loaded with whatever machine into a truck, and then they're trucked all over the place, and then they're unloaded, and then they're brought somewhere to the supermarkets, and from there maybe some White House staff buys them and brings them to the White House. So there's no living chicken in these eggs anymore, most likely, right? Allegedly. So, okay, and here's my problem with PETA. There's so many animals suffering from abuse in bad situations that need help. Instead of worrying about these eggs, how about killing less of the dogs in your shelters and find a way to keep these animals alive? How about worrying about the ones that are alive and are suffering in your care? This is what I'm upset about. I could go on with that for hours and could go deeper in that. If you're interested in that, guys, let me know in the comments, by the way. Should I make a video about that? And since we're already somewhat in the middle of the video, could you do me a favor and leave this nonsense a like and watch it till the end, guys, to push the algorithm a little bit. And yeah, let me know what you think. But it's not over yet. So they're saying the chicken's eggs should be spared the pain and the fear brought about by the annual White House egg roll. Yeah, so they're saying, quote, Easter should be a time of renewal and joy for everyone, including chickens. We're not rolling chickens. Gosh, but chickens suffer in the cruel, environmentally destructive meat and egg industries, which raise and kill millions of sensitive birds each year. Farms that use free-range or cage-free labels confine chickens to cramped, filthy sheds where they can't even stretch their wings, root in the soil, or breathe fresh air. Farmers often cut off the tips of chicks' sensitive beaks with a hot blade to prevent anguished, frustrated birds from pecking at each other. That's what it also said in the letter. Yes, that is true. I do not approve of that. And as I said, make a statement. Maybe, I'd be okay if you say, make a statement, take pictures, banners, show free-range eggs, not free-range eggs. No, this whole thing makes me crazy. Show free-range chickens, organic chickens, how they lay their eggs, and then show how these eggs are being transported to the White House Easter egg roll, and promote organic and animal welfare, and say, eat less eggs, but spend more money for quality, because the organic eggs that are chickens that are not feed GMO corn or grains that are poisoned with weed killers and everything. The eggs of organic, really free-range chickens that eat natural stuff, they taste better, they have a better quality, and they have more nutrients. So sometimes less is more. If they want to promote that, I'd be okay. But on the other hand, right, since you're speaking about the White House, what about food prices? Who can afford to eat organic only? If you live in a rural area, yeah, you can have your own chickens or you can ask your neighbor. But if you live in the big cities, what do you do? Right? It's not sustainable right now, unfortunately, to have everyone eat organic only. So address that, but don't replace eggs with potatoes. That's really, really ridiculous. So they keep going on with that letter. So, quote, In stark contrast, a potato roll would support US potato farmers and teach thoughts that our fellow animals are sensitive, feeling beings who deserve respect. That's what they said. So chickens form complex social hierarchies and can recognize more than 100 individuals of their own species. They feel pain and fear just as humans do. Yeah, but you know, it's eggs, as I just described. We're not talking about an actual chicken that we're rolling on April 1st. So they also cited the rising costs of eggs and the ongoing avian flu outbreak to consider economical alternatives. They said again, quote, amid the worst avian flu outbreak in history, in which almost 82 million birds, most of them egg-laying chickens, have been slaughtered, and during a period of rising egg prices, we're rooting for you to leave a legacy of kindness by starting this Easter tradition. I need to take a deep breath. So the White House has not commented that as of yet. I don't want to say more to that. I'm all for animal welfare, and there's definitely problems with the chicken industry. I don't deny that. But by doing this, they're not helping anybody. So really make proposals to a solution so that everyone still can get fed and the animals can have a better life. But you know, this is ridiculous in my opinion, guys. Let me know what you think. Let's be civil in the comments. Let's not make this political. And let's discuss this. I had a laugh for sure. I hope you have too. Let's not take this too serious, but you know, at least there is something fun to report, not always like natural disasters and tragedy. So thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for your ongoing support. Don't forget the like, please. And I hope to see you soon. Something is preparing in Iceland. I have just released a video about that. I'll put it in the end screen as well. And I hope to see you soon, guys. Bye-bye.